it's the D-pad.
Welcome to the D-pad.
I'm Rick.
I'm John.
This is Pokémon HeartGold.
The Legend of Rattata.
It's so many Rattata. So many places all of the time. It's my favorite movie.
No, it's a terrible movie. We hate it.
What is this hide-and-seek game on your table?
Oh, yeah. That is... So, I'm a big fan of Jet Lag the game.
Never heard of it, but okay.
It's a great... You should actually look them up.
Actually, I feel like maybe you mentioned it to me once, but I'm struggling.
It's a sort of game show of sorts. I don't know what to... I guess like reality travel game show.
Okay.
Think The Amazing Race.
Sure.
Right? It's a much lower budget production. It's literally like three dudes that kind of do the whole thing. But each season that they do, they have some different kind of a premise that they're working with, but the general idea is it's some kind of travel, usually public transport focused game. One of their most popular ones, they've done it twice, is hide and seek. They did hide and seek Switzerland and hide and seek Japan.
Cool.
And the idea is, there we go. The idea is that one of the three of them will hide somewhere. They will have a certain amount of time to get from the starting location to wherever they're hiding, and they have to be within a certain distance of a train station.
Yep.
And the other two, they have a tracker on the other two. They can see where the other two are at all times.
Oh, cool.
The other two do not have any information. They have to ask specific questions in order to find the person they're looking for. And it starts with stuff like, so for Japan to be like, are you in the same prefecture? Are you on the?
So you go macro and then zoom in.
Yeah. Are you closer to the nearest Shinkansen than we are?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. With Switzerland,
Cool.
they had a little bit different because it wasn't quite as high speed rails. They would do like, which canton are you in? Are you in the same canton as we are? Did your province vote for the same political party in the last election? Stuff like that.
Shit we all know about Switzerland.
I mean, they looked this stuff up to have stuff in there, but then they would have, you would get down to like, what's the letter that your nearest street starts with, or use the Strava app and walk for half a mile, taking 6 turns, and then they get to see what the tracing of that looks like.
Wow!
But you're looking across an entire country potentially, but you're narrowing it down to find them.
Yep.
And literally,
how often do they do it?
They do it like 3. They've got like about 3 seasons-ish a year, maybe 4.
But how many times do they succeed?
Oh, they succeed. Only once have they ever not succeeded.
Okay, cool.
I guess a slight spoiler for hide and seek Switzerland. The last person to run. So they have a time limit on the entire game. They'll do it for a certain number of days.
Yep.
The time limit ran out. While the last person was still hidden somewhere like in like a mountain town in Switzerland.
Yeah.
And so they ended the game with like a phone call essentially.
Right.
Most of the time, most of the time they'll find someone and there's like an hour and a half left before their game would end and the other person would not be able to win anyway. So there's like, all right, we'll just call it there kind of thing.
Yeah.
But so again, really great channel, really great series. I highly recommend
I'll
checking
check it out. What's this game on the table in front of me?
This is the home version, essentially.
How do you do a home version of that?
By playing the actual version of it.
It's like, are you in the garage?
No, not literally in home. I guess the commercial version, we'll say, of the game. So like they give you instructions.
Oh, so they tell you you're hiding in France. And then,
no.
Oh, I'm trying to figure it out.
You can pick essentially however large or small of an area you want to work with. They have small, medium, and large size options.
Okay.
That they account for. This usually deals with like, are you in a small town? Are you in a large city? Or are you literally doing this across an entire country or a large like they did Tag Across Europe is one that they've done a couple times as well, and they're like, if you're doing the EU, essentially you would want the large version, and it changes how certain things work. Like your hiding period in a small game you have 30 minutes.
Yep. In
a medium game you have an hour, and in a large game you have a few hours. It depends on I forget exactly how much. For hide and seek across Japan, it was 3.5 hours to go somewhere. Bullet Seed.
Hey, that might be good. Well, he's gonna learn it.
He's gonna learn it anyway. But can someone else learn it?
Learning it now, as opposed to in 5 levels, would be good.
Yeah, the problem is
he's gonna learn all the powders before he even learns Bullet Seed. So he's at least 5 levels away. And no one else can learn it anyway.
I just don't know that I want to burn it on this. Especially, this will not be useful for the I guess it'd be useful for the fisherman. It would not be useful for the upcoming gym.
I hear you. I mean, it's up to you, but
You know?
he's gonna learn poison powder, sleep powder, and other
And that's
powder
fine. I'll just switch.
before he learns bullet seed.
And that's fine. I can switch stuff out in my.
All right. I got you.
It does feel a little silly to leave him without a good offensive move for a bit, but
I hear you. I see both sides.
but yeah, I bought that a while ago.
Yeah.
I bought it over the winter, and it
that
showed
could be
up
fun.
maybe like a month or two ago.
We need to have game nights with our friends that don't
Yeah.
involve the D-pad.
I agree.
It's not that I don't love the D-pad.
No.
I do. I'm still coming back. But away from screens with people in person would be nice.
You come by more often, says Sarah.
I'm the only one who fucking does come by.
I mean, that's not true.
No, I know.
Also, there's some circumstantial stuff with that.
Of course,
anyway,
of course. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I'm doing my best
But,
considering
I know. If you're gonna have a conversation, you got to come down.
Yeah, we can't hear you, buddy. Sarah's giving me shit off mic, if that wasn't clear. But considering I spent the last 7 months in Cincinnati, I think I've been doing all right.
Yeah, no, you're doing fine.
But I'm doing better now.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm going to come down once a week, at least.
As far as the that home game, by the way, I was kind of debating seeing if we could actually manage to get 3 or 4 of us to do an actual game of that.
That'd be fun. It'd be totally cool.
It does not require, it doesn't require anyone to actually do it for a video necessarily. It'd be fun. It'd be cool to try to do it for a video. I forgot I had synthesis. God damn it! I feel very.
We should
stupid
probably
for that.
play it once.
Yeah, usually they do kind of. So when they do this, any of the seasons they do, they run a couple simulation runs first,
nice.
just to make sure they're not missing edge cases. And I would want to do that first anyway. But
it's interesting. Yeah. Good.
But yeah, I don't know the tech involved for that, for what they do. Other than they do a lot of post production stuff, which is fun. But it really comes down to money for travel, which when they're doing countryside games, obviously adds up quite a bit. Yeah. But doing it across a city would be pretty easy. That would cost not pocket change, but it would cost a very small amount comparatively. Yeah. But it's basically a phone. I think nowadays they do 2. They have a phone that is their phone, and then they have a filming phone.
Okay.
But a GoPro would work just as well for something like that.
Yeah.
And usually a little a lav mic, a little clip-on mic.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's all it takes, and it's all right,
Pretty
that's
doable.
Surprisingly, efficient, budget-wise for something like that.
Yeah, no, I think it could be a really fun project.
Yeah.
Hopefully none of us get murdered in the mean streets of the nearest city.
Yeah.
But,
I would figure Boston would make more sense.
it'd be more fun, yeah.
I think
so that we can get murdered.
yeah. I think the Worcester area is probably not as good for
Not
that.
as fun. Because Boston you can get around on foot, Worcester less so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, on top of that, there's also a lot more public transit. The whole idea is that it's a public transit-focused thing. Speaking of poison powder, what are we dropping for poison powder? Splash. I don't even need to ask. So I was like, Tail Whip has its uses, but also poison powder means I can get a little bit funky with it.
Get a little bit funky with it. That bullet seed would really be making these Poliwags a little easier.
It would, but they're not too bad right now. And
No.
I keep forgetting I have synthesis, which means I have a healing move.
Yeah, which is actually
which
pretty
is
good.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
So drop this first, because this will just assist on getting through this quicker.
What a sport.
But yeah, as an example of how long those games they do tend to last, for hide and because the hide and seek ones are the winner is whoever hides for the longest. The longest single run, they usually do about 2 runs per person when they can.
Okay.
I think the winning run for Switzerland was 10 plus hours, and their winning run for Japan was oh geez, how long was that one?
It was a couple days.
That one was also more than 10 hours, I believe. Literally the first run was 10 hours.
Okay.
There were a couple 9+ hour runs for that. It's very
That's
interesting.
crazy. It's a cool idea. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah. Apparently they're in a weird spot with it because hide and seek is definitely the most stressful and involved thing that they do, but it's also for sure the most popular one that they do.
Yeah. What else do they do?
The other major one that they've done a bunch of times is tag.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
They've done Tag Across Europe I guess that's the only one they've done. They've done 3 rounds of Tag Across Europe, and the idea is they start from a single point, and they have to get... Oh, I could put anybody in. I really shouldn't waste hops for this. Or I shouldn't waste... I guess it's only level 5.
You want hops for this.
I do want hops, but I also don't want these guys to be, like, worthless.
Oh, I guess that's true. I just thought you were trying to... Hops is basically pretty useless until you get him a better move.
Yeah. Just a little bit. I guess this guy's going to be weak to bug.
Listen,
so.
I don't think you should invest. I think you should pick Sirach or Michelob and decide not to invest in one of them.
I suppose.
You will definitely catch somebody new.
Oh, I'm sure.
Soon.
But the problem is, soon isn't now.
But, like, if you make it to the end of this route, you can go to the next route and catch something. Like, you might catch something better, like, today.
It's possible.
You know what I'm saying?
Or the very least, I
just
could
worry
also
you're going to
do
spread
with
yourself real thin.
I could also do with dropping some experience on somebody else too.
Yeah. Well, Rolling Rock and Fireball are good, and they're pretty high level. But like Hops won't be good until he learns at least Bullet Seed, if not Mega
Right,
Drain.
but that's going to be after this next gym.
Bullet Seed might not.
Bullet Seed's like 19, right?
Let me double check for you.
Oh yeah. While you're looking, Tag, what they do is they start from a central location, and they have 3 end points, one for each of them, that are all. I actually don't know how far away they all are from one another. A few 100 miles for sure. Maybe even in the realm of like 1,000 miles.
Bullet Seed is 19. Leech Seed is
yeah.
22. Mega Drain's 25.
Ugh. Oh, come on. But so. The primary goal is to try to reach their end point. If anybody reaches their end point, then they win.
Cool.
Like fully. Like one of I know their first 2 seasons they started from oh god, was it Charles Mézières, France or something like that. One of them was trying to get to like Jersey in the UK, one of them was trying to get to in the recent one was trying to get to like Bratislava or something. But like so
that's a cool idea.
Because the odds of anybody reaching the end is very low, they divide the entire thing into 3, the entire circle into 3, and with the area, if you're closer to your end point than someone else's, that's your win zone essentially.
Okay.
And wherever the final runner is at the end of the game, whoever's zone they're in is the winner.
Oh, weird. Okay.
So you're incentivized to get as far into your territory as possible,
right.
Even if it means that you're not going to be the one actively running at the end. As the flip from hide and seek, the chasers have your location and you don't have theirs, so you don't know where they are as you're trying to decide what trains to take, when to do
that's
challenges.
Crazy.
There's a whole thing with challenges.
That's cool. You're basically being hunted.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to try to not be caught.
Yep.
But I mean, if they have your location, that should make it pretty easy.
Yes. So when you get tagged, you have, I think, 45 minutes is generally the time they've done to start heading in your direction.
Okay.
You can take trains, but they cost coins. This is the same in hide and seek. I'm just going back to heal real quick, and then we're going to head south. Actually,
sure.
Get coins by doing challenges, and there are all sorts of things. There's some that are very normal. That are like, oh, you have to find a museum and hang out there for 15 minutes.
Okay.
And that will get you 1,000 coins or whatever. Then there's ones that are a little bit stranger. There's one that's like, oh, you have to cut an orange in half using this card.
Weird.
Because the idea is that the citric acid that is in the orange will start to break down the card along with just the moisture.
Oh,
so it's if you can get through the whole orange, you get a whole bunch of coins or whatever. There's one that's just eat the card.
That's crazy.
Yep,
that's kind of fun.
If you are ever like feeling kind of bored, each of the seasons is probably in the realm of like, I don't know, 4 to 6 hours total.
Okay.
And they have done 13 and a half seasons.
And it's the Jet Lag channel.
Jetlag the game.
Jetlag the game.
Jetlag the game.
That's cool. No, it sounds interesting.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
Hey, do you know Bullet Seed yet?
Nope.
Hey, have any of your dudes evolved yet?
Nope.
Has your egg hatched yet?
Nope.
Has anything happened in the last 5 episodes, Rick?
Yes, White Claw died.
Oh, good. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
It's a rough one.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm sad, and I'm not trying to take away from your pain. There's a chance Spearow wouldn't have made it to your final 6 anyway.
You know, in Fire Red,
I know.
my Fearow was on my team in the post game.
That's a good point.
I held on. Knives was a member of my team for an exceptionally long time.
Wow, that's true.
Knives, I caught in 20. I think I caught Knives in 2012, and he died in 2022.
Hot damn.
Ooh. So there was a point where it felt like, and I think getting to like close to and into the 2020s was the point where it was like, ooh, we're in those years that sound future-y. Like they sounded so future-y, and now they're just now.
Right.
2022, saying the word 2022 is this weird, it somehow sounds like future time again. Something
Even
about the way that it sounds, even though it's in the past. Yeah.
Interesting.
It doesn't sound like a real time. Maybe because
I just think of 2020X every time
That's fair.
I write a date. Also, I think my brain is still tuned to 2017. Like 2017 feels like the time it should be.
Yes.
Like
lots happened in the last 10 years.
Yeah, yes and no.
More yes than no.
More yes than no. All right, I'll give you that. That's fair.
Oh, I need money.
Can you afford those 2 potions? Yeah, well, you could sell some shit. You've got to have some stuff.
I really don't. There's not a lot to sell at this point in the game.
Huh. And it's not like you're avoiding fights.
I'm doing fights. Also, holy shit, Hatch Piplup. Let's get on with it, please.
Can you walk with the egg by your side? Will that help?
No. I could do this, but we have places to go, so let's get there.